Okay, let's discuss
Okay.
the first.
Oh boy. Rolling pin, rolling pin, rolling pin. Rolling, rolling, rolling pin. Oh, load it straight into the gun for me, thank you.
Safe to say, the killer didn't use a flamethrower.
Correct. Thank you, also correct.
Maybe Wolfgang got into a fight?
Boom.
Someone might have attacked him and aimed for his neck.
If you can even reach that high.
True.
Either way, something must have hit him.
That's it right there.
Wolfie fell over.
Okay.
How spindly he is, one tiny misstep.
He died today.
The poor fella bruised for days.
Skinny guys bruise easily, eh?
Guys, he literally died like a couple hours ago.
Ulysses, fall over.
No, thank you.
Something must have caused that bruise on Wolfgang's neck. What could it have been? Grace's fucking schlong in the back of his throat. That's definitely it. I'm so sorry. I actually agree with Kai, which is crazy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Kai is right. And we're gonna get a picture of both of us together. Keep her going, keep her going.
Something must.
Kiss me. Aw. Great. We make a great team, Kai.
Something did hit Wolfgang. Really? Man. And I was only pointing out the first thing which came to mind.
Why did I defend you?
Anyway, from how you're wording things, do you know what that something is?
A rolling pin.
Eh?
Wolfgang was hit with a rolling pin.
How on earth did you reach that conclusion?
Because he was the only one who investigated the fucking crime
I
scene.
found this pin inside storage closet A, which is just a few feet from the crime scene.
He had this on him, like he pulled it up out of his pants, like he was using it the whole time to pretend he has a massive cock, but like the gig is up, he has to take it out.
Coincidentally, the pin also has a dent.
You sure that's enough to say it's involved? Could just be a flimsy pin.
You are so sus, Jet.
No. There's something else which solidifies this pin's role in the murder. Handprints. 2 of them on the edge of the pin.
Jet has gloves on though.
So the killer used a rolling pin to attack Wolfgang?
It certainly explains the bruising on his neck.
They must have wanted him to be unconscious so he wouldn't fight back.
Exactly. It would be easier to drag him into the water if he's not awake.
You reckon the killer purposely put Wolfie in the water?
Damn! With one electrified blow, Wolfgang is zapped to bits with the taser. Since he's lying in the water, he's definitely a goner.
I thought there was a second O in that last word that scared me.
Considering the logical ethos of the killer's rectitude, especially when governed under constricting pressure, leaving him catatonic would be the most facile solution.
Yeah, okay, Poindexter.
I guess it makes sense.
That made sense to you? After shooting Wolfgang with the taser, what was the killer's next move? If I figure that out, I'll be one step closer to solving this case. Whee! Steel rolling pin, blackout.
Get this straight.
Sorry, checking this. Storage closets, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it doesn't say anything about the rolling pin being found in there. Yes, yeah, baby. It's your birthday.
Oh, I don't fucking know, actually. Oh, jeez.
I'll just let it go by and see. Footsteps.
And then chuck the pin into closet A?
When exactly did they discover
Probably footsteps.
the pin?
They couldn't have done it when Eva and I were already downstairs, because the 2 of us went inside closet A.
Why were you inside the closet? To find the backup generator, remember? Jet and I checked closet B.
Okay.
And Kai checked closet C.
I mean, we mostly checked each other.
Eva and Grace checked closet A.
Oh, fuck.
John and Mark checked closet D.
Am I gonna have to fucking go on one of these? One of those forwards to say that was wrong? Please don't make me. John and Mark D. Kai and C. Jet and Cassidy B. I think that's what she said. I think she got it right.
The killer just discarded the pin before we came
There.
downstairs.
Right?
Yeah, I think Mark's right.
That's it. That's gotta be it. With the footsteps.
The killer could run upstairs and go back to their room
Immediately after discarding the pin.
There? No, it's before we can. Just because the killer placed the pin earlier, it doesn't mean they left before we arrived.
So let me get
Fucking morons. I'm getting better at it, guys. I'm not getting game overs every 2 seconds now. Me, I'm so good. I'm a champion. I wish that said me and Eva, and I could be like, no, that's wrong. It's actually Eva and I. Yeah. Yep. Keep going. Keep her going.
Just discarded the pin.
Right here, right?
Before downstairs. Leave me out of this. It's not my problem if you don't get it.
Did I do the wrong one? Why say anything in the first place?
Let me get this.
Shit, okay. Uh-oh. Oh god, I have to skip past so much dialogue every fucking time. Is that one? Okay, no, I think it's the one after. I think is it Winona? No, it's Diana or something. I think Diana says it. Oh my god, this bit does not need to be here. This bit does not need to be here, Cassidy. Okay.
Yeah, I think Mark's right.
It's gotta be here.
Because the
Surely.
killer could run upstairs and go back to their room immediately. Starting the
Okay.
pin.
No, that's wrong.
Fuck you! I mean, no, that's wrong! What the hell, Damon?
There's proof the killer fled the underground hallway at a later time. When the tournament attendees were looking for a backup generator, Kai and I heard someone run past our room.
Huh?
Was it you, Diana?
Oh man, that's right.
I just feel like Diana's too sus for it to be her. That's the only reason I don't think it's her, is because she's too sus.
We were just exploring the closet.
But they haven't actually, like, cast any in-character sauce on her yet, so I'm kind of worried
We heard footsteps in the hall.
that it's gonna actually be her. I mean, I'm not worried, because I'd rather her die than Jet or Eva. Or I guess Ava is how they pronounce it.
Follow where the footsteps came from and entered the boiler room.
Did you, like, get hit on the head while you were saying this? Like, why are you speaking so slow?
Anyone else hear these footsteps?
Nope. Not ringing any bells.
Yeah, Jet and me didn't really hear it over all our talking.
Oh, fuck, I forgot Jet was there.
I heard the
It was, I
footsteps.
guess it was Diana then.
Huh?
It was just Diana.
Did? Well, I initially thought it was my imagination, so I never said anything.
Ashamed to say, I also brushed off the footsteps. Thought I was hearing things. However, since other people can attest to hearing them...
Then someone else was on the underground floor with us.
I just don't think the person who ran away was the killer.
Before anyone tries to bring it up, none of the tournament attendees could have been the person running.
Gamers are notoriously fucking slow-ass lard-asses who can't sprint for shit.
Since everyone explored the closets in pairs, they all have solid alibis.
And solid bodies in the case of Kai. What the hell, man?
I'm sure we can all vouch for that, aye?
Everyone was still in their closets after Damon and I found Wolfgang. So...
Though Damon and I were a little closer to coming out of the closet after that interaction.
Considering the footsteps were moving away from the crime scene, I think it's safe to say they belong to the killer.
Wouldn't that mean the killer fled while you guys were exploring the rooms?
Hold up. So the killer had been right next to us?
Joy, that's a given.
Huh? How are you so calm after hearing that? The only thing which stood between us and a murderer was a door. What if they attacked us?
Well, they did it, so I don't see what the problem is.
Sheesh, you're weird.
Why not run away earlier, though? Fleeing while everyone is searching seems really risky.
Maybe it was a miscalculation?
It was a misinfo.
It's not impossible, I guess.
If not that, then maybe the killer returned to the boiler room after discarding the pin?
Here's what happened, right? Eva killed him, and Diane... Is it Diana or Diane? No, it's Diana. Diana was there just trolling because she's the Kamada. She was trolling.
Meat-headed if you ask me.
She was teabagging.
Yes, you'd think a killer would use that moment to run away.
For the two who heard the footsteps, describe the sound.
the fucking sting, right? As she said, describe the sound.
It was kinda... socky.
It sounded like lips smacking together. Oh wait, no, that was us.
As in, it sounded pretty soft. Like the person had taken off their shoes.
Again, I maintain that you wouldn't have heard it at all if they took the shoes off because it was a concrete floor.
Saki, huh?
Unless they have like arthritis in their knees.
This killer was purposefully trying to keep quiet.
Because their footsteps were soft?
That seems like a leap in logic.
Diana.
No, I get what she's saying. Everyone here has socks on, I'm pretty sure. So,
Believe me, I'd know if they
down
didn't.
the hallway. The thing with shoes is, not everyone here has the same kind. If the killer had worn theirs, we might have been able to figure out their footwear from the sound it made on the floor. Then we just have to single out the person with that footwear. Man, it would have been so easy to find the killer.
We already can find the killer, though.
It was me, guys. I thought it was obvious.
What?
Oi, are you pulling our leg?
I'm completely serious.
Whoa.
Picture a map of the building complex in your head. The building with the dorms is on the left, the courtyard is in the middle, and the building with the tree is on the right.
If I have 2 apples and I give you
Now,
1.
Try and pin everyone's locations during Wolfgang's murder. Once you do that, the identity of the killer will definitely become clear.
Is the killer someone whose position we can't place?
Well, I have to say that it's Diana now, right?
No, it's not about position.
But your position doesn't matter whether you're top or bottom. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Wolfgang's killer can easily lie about their location during the murder. The only thing distinguishing their testimony from everyone else's is that theirs can't be corroborated.
In which case, our killer... Yes, that's right. The only one here who can possibly be the killer is me. I mean, you. Where is she? Really? Did I do it already? Is it actually Diana?
It has to be you!
Diana, it's you, isn't it?
There's no way this is it. I thought it was way too obvious to be Diana. She was like so sus that I was like, no, there's no way.
Her? The makeup girl?
She's the only one here without an alibi. Those of us who attended the tournament can obviously be ruled out.
I don't know how long this trial is going to be. If we're halfway through, then it's not her. If this is the end, then I guess so.
Desmond and Eloise were in the courtyard. Toshiko and Ingrid were in the same dorm room.
What about Winona? She never mentioned an alibi.
Winona's too much of a prissy little bitch to kill anyone.
Give me a break.
Winona and I were in the building with the tree all morning. In fact, yes, Desmond and Eloise should have witnessed us walking over.
No, we
those two were in the courtyard at the time.
there is too much evidence that we haven't looked at yet for it to be Diana.
Yeah, that's true.
Diana was the one who ran away, but she's not the killer.
In that case, Diana really is the only one without an alibi.
I still think it was Eva.
If she's the person who fled the boiler room, those footsteps we heard make a lot more sense. Heels make a pretty loud clop sound on hard floors. And
Don't start talking about clop, Eva.
floor is pretty hard. Diana would obviously want to take them off. Also, heels aren't comfy to run in.
Whoa! I didn't even think of it like that.
The killer would have been so uncomfortable.
You're totally right, though. Since Diana's the only one here with heels, she would have to take them off.
Her school uniform has high heels.
What are you talking about? Me? A killer? Do you really think I could be a killer?
The fact you
She was
know
trolling,
that
guys. She was just
the
trolling.
is incriminating enough.
Not just that. Everyone but you has an alibi.
But I do have an alibi.
I was killing Wolfgang. I mean...
Right, Ava?
Oh, it is pronounced Ava. What the fuck? Huh?
You woke up with me this morning, and you never saw me leave my dorm.
During the brief amount of time we were together, I never saw you leave. What you did after I left for the game tournament, however, is anyone's guess.
It was definitely Ava.
Eva wanted to help me and Cass set up the tournament, so we told her to swing by early.
For that reason, I left Diana's dorm at 8:05 a.m. I know the exact time since her room has a clock. I probably entered the dining hall around 8:10 a.m.-ish.
So much for an alibi then.
Diana, don't tell me.
Holy smokes, it's all falling into place!
Are we sure there hasn't been some sort of misunderstanding?
Amazing, Mr. Damon. You're a prodigy at seizing people's hearts.
It's not possible. Diana can't be the killer.
True.
No! I refuse to believe it!
Looks like some people here aren't willing to face the facts. Facts don't care about your freaking feelings, kid. That's not a problem. I'll make them face the facts. Face the facts or I'll fucking kill you! Whether they like it or not, soon enough, nobody will be able to deny that Diana killed Wolfgang.
Whee! Yahoo! Haha! Yay!
I really hope there's scrum debates in this. I mean, the main reason I like scrum debates is because of the music, and that's not going to be... it's not going to be there.
If it was Diana inside that boiler room, could she be the one who left the blood trail? Because if so, that might be her blood on the knife, too.
Diana's blood? Are you saying she wounded herself?
Wounded herself? What makes you think that?
Asterisks.
I don't know. Why else would the killer's blood be on their own weapon?
Did we not already agree? The killer was wielding a rolling
It's that one.
Well, maybe they had both. The rolling pin in one hand, and the knife in the other.
Dual wielding weapons? Holy, this killer's next level.
Stop sulking on the killer, dude. That person's point is clearly impossible. They should realize as much if I point out that piece of evidence. Okay, I mean, I assume it's Toshiko saying it was the killer's blood. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Why would the killer's blood be on their own weapon? What's my evidence? Blah, blah, blah. Sauce no, steel rolling pin.
Could she be the one who left the blood trail? Because if so, that might be her blood on the knife, too.
Diana's blood?
No, hold on. I don't know this one. I think this might be another game over, guys. One hand has a dent, a small dent, on the other two very clear handprints. It's none of these. What the hell? Where am I going? No discovered inside Wolfgang's blazer pocket. The paper is damaged beyond repair. In the water, smudging beyond blah 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 blah. 8:50. Secret 8:50 a.m. Close the door. Blood spots? Where's blood spots? Give me blood spots, please. Drops of blood were scattered around the boiler room door. They were also scattered in the outside hallway. When anyone does not recall blackout happening, same goes for Eloise, better than one in Courtier Desmond. I think it has to be blood spots on something, but I don't know what. I guess I'll try it on fucking...
Are you saying she wounded herself?
I'll try this, I don't know. Nope.
I don't have it wrong! There were only 2 people in the boiler room, and we've already proven one person wasn't stabbed. So the blood was left by the other person. The blood was left by the killer.
I'm imagining contradictions where there are none.
If it
I'm out of time.
Diana inside that boiler room,
I'm out of time again, fellas. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know about this one, guys. This looks like another game over, to be honest. None of this seems useful. I think it has to be blood spots somewhere, but I don't know where. Yeah, there's way too much evidence for it to be Diana. Diana's just the fucking troll. One hand is a small dent, blah blah blah. Yep. Oh wait, what? Your time counts down when you're in your fucking pause menu? That's crazy. Game over, yeah. What's that from? I can still turn this debate around. I'm not dead yet.
if it was Diana,
Thank God they give you infinite fucking retries.
could she be the one?
I don't know. I'll do this. Nope.
Didn't you say she was wounded?
Did I?
I can't imagine anyone else leaving that trail. Wolfie himself had no cuts.
I'm imagining contradictions where there are none.
If it was Diana inside that boiler room, could she be the one who left the blood trail? Because if so, that might be her blood on the knife, too.
Diana's blood?
Wounded herself?
You're lying! There's no way she would do that to herself!
I'm definitely approaching this from the wrong angle. It's cool that they have voiced things for everything you get wrong instead of just going, what? That doesn't make any fucking sense, dude.
Because if...
I don't think I'm gonna get this one again. I think I'm gonna get another black, like, fucking death here. Oh, because the sealed rolling pin has 2 handprints. That's it. That's it. I found it. I figured it out. Oh, well, I would go right here. Here. Boom. Because it has 2 handprints on it. Ha ha!
No, that's wrong. No, that's freaking incorrect.
Sorry.
The killer was only wielding the rolling pin during their confrontation with Wolfgang. You can tell just from looking at the pin. There are 2 handprints wrapped around the edge, as if the killer had been holding the pin like a tennis racket.
You sound like such an asshole whenever you explain anything, Damon.
Force if you use both hands. And that's what a killer wants when trying to knock out a grown man.
Well,
Then
grown man, well, he was very spindly and emaciated looking.
It wasn't the killer, so it was most likely the only other person in the boiler room, Wolfgang Akire.
What the hell are you talking about? Wolfgang carrying a dangerous weapon? Bullshit.
Maybe he was going to cook dinner for us all.
His situation, wouldn't you? Wolfgang received an anonymous message asking him to meet in a basement, all whilst in the middle of a killing game. At that point, it doesn't matter how much of an optimist he is. He'd know better than to come unarmed.
He came unarmed with me plenty of times.
Wolfgang probably just stole one from the kitchen.
Besides, if Diana's the one who got stabbed, it would explain the blood trail. Think about it. She arms herself with the rolling pin and attacks Wolfgang, getting hurt by him in the process. For some reason, possibly because of the blackout, she doesn't clean the blood trail she's leaving, and returns to her dorm room after.
No! That's wrong!
She said the line.
Huh?
I wasn't stabbed. If I was stabbed, then I'd have an injury.
Oh, you put makeup on over the cut.
But there's nothing, right? There's nothing on me.
Depends. If a vein got nipped, you'd be seeing blood no matter the size of the cut.
Maybe not that much, though.
Of course. That also means a small cut will need bandaging, which I'm not seeing on you.
You may not see any injuries on Diana, but that doesn't mean they aren't there.
They're just very, very small. Lean in closer. There they are.
If she wanted, she could simply hide her injuries from view. After all, someone like her has exactly what it takes.
Stop spelling it out like we're 2, Damon. Diana's cowardice. Sorry, I fell asleep for a second. Anyway.
Talent. As the ultimate cosmetologist, Diana could easily cover her wounds.
It makes sense. With the right equipment, she could probably disguise even a bandaged wound.
As Diana's bunking partner, I've seen firsthand how many different cosmetics are inside her room.
Yeah, she opened so many fucking loot boxes.
So unfortunately, I have to agree.
Well,
Eva did it.
Diana,
I can't believe Eva did it. Ava, I can't believe Ava did it, whose name I just now found out.
No. No. But
Wait.
Wait, let me get a TikTok of this, guys. All right, continue.
Diana, did you just say no? As in, no, you're not wrong that I covered up my wounds? Oh, crap.
Kai's gonna make a boom boom in his diaper!
You guys know what this means, right, guys? Diana basically just confessed!
Diana Fire, like that FNAF fan song?
a confession? Are you for real?
It makes sense, though, doesn't it? Diana got wounded, which proves she got in a fight with Wolfgang, which means all that stuff about Wolfgang going to the boiler room, all that stuff really did happen.
Which means Wolfgang really did get killed!
I see now what you were saying. Diana, she lured Wolfgang to the boiler room by writing him that note. And when he arrived, she attacked him and killed him. And now, she's been lying this entire trial, hoping we would never suspect her.
Say, Diana, why are your eyes so swirly?
Diana,
shit, then it couldn't have been her. It couldn't have been her then. Fuck. We were onto her. She promised, guys.
To think she could preach about friendship after committing a violent crime.
Friendship really is magic after all.
And then try and sentence the rest of us to punishment.
Golly, you're right. If we voted for the wrong person, we would have been executed.
That's so fucked! Seriously?
You'd know a lot about that, wouldn't you?
What the hell is your damage?
She's gonna start laughing, dude. She's gonna start laughing. Don't pressure her like that.
Can we at least hear Diana's side of the story?
Her side?
Well, you know, Diana has, I just think it's fair we listen.
What does it matter what she says? Look at the evidence. This case, it's closed. We know who the killer is.
Grace, stop trying to get the fucking 90% speed run. Like, we're only halfway through this trial.
If you really want to ask for Diana's side of the story, then do it after the vote. No.
Vote? That's right. Women can vote in this game. Diana, I've proven beyond a reasonable doubt that she's the killer. I've proven it beyond a reasonable doubt, so...
No.
She promised, though. Why is it that when I hear her cry, I get this strange, nagging feeling in my chest? Why does a tiny part of me want to believe the things she's saying? Why, all of a sudden, do I doubt myself? Touch goes fetch west game corner, blah 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 blah. Grace's testimony. Oh fuck, I don't know how any of these fit.
The one who lured Wolfgang to the boiler room. Once he got there, she killed him immediately.
What the fuck are those?
She fled the crime scene.
The fuck are those things? Do we get a tutorial about those?
You, Diana. Poor Wolfie was only trying to keep us together.
But I would never murder Wolfgang.
If you don't have an alibi, then you obviously did.
What are those things? What are those purple texts? I don't know. I don't remember.
I wanted to believe so badly that you were innocent. Why didn't I see you for who you were?
Oops.
If this goes on any longer,
I held click on that. It didn't do anything.
I'm gonna be sick.
Projectile vomit sprite.
Let's get this over with and vote.
Is Diana telling the truth? How is that possible when I already know the truth? I killed Wolfgang. Wait, that's it. All right, let me think. I don't even remember what she said. I was too busy fucking clicking the purple text that flew by. That's like it's like an ADHD psyop. Like it can't be possible. Not unless.
Diana was the one who lured Wolfgang to the boiler room.
Suspicious note. I note that it's inscribed inside Wolfgang's pledge pocket. The paper was damaged, blah, 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 smudging most of the ink beyond readability. However, a few words can be made out at the bottom of the note. Secret 8:15 a.m. Close the door. I think it might be this. No, I think it's maybe like Grace's testimony or something. Because this was like an hour before he got killed. So... it's something like that. It's something like that, isn't it? Grace's testimony... I don't remember what else there was. I wasn't paying attention. The hell? I'm telling you, that purple text, like every single time one of those went past, it was like a fucking Men in Black memory wipe. I felt getting hit in the head with a fucking baseball bat. Not any of this shit. Not any of this shit. What do we even have again? Suspicious note. I think it's suspicious note on something. This? Yeah. Oh.
Hold on. Grace, you're overlooking a crucial detail. Do you recall the note I found in Wolfgang's blazer pocket? It asked him to meet in the boiler room at 8:15 a.m. But, according to the Tozu tablet, he died over an hour later at 9:35 a.m. That means Wolfgang didn't die right after he got to the boiler room.
What's your point?
My point is that the killer
Tozu has been standing there like a statue this entire time.
And then wait over an hour to kill him. There's no guarantee another person won't enter the room at that time.
Sorry for my cough, fellas.
It's in the killer's best interest to be in and out of there as fast as possible.
Tozu, why do you have a chair if you're not going to sit on it? It doesn't look very comfortable, to be fair.
Discuss the note. We lack the context to properly understand this time discrepancy. But if we go with your idea that Diana killed Wolfgang immediately, then that discrepancy becomes all too clear.
How do you know Wolfgang didn't just arrive late?
I love that Damon sprite. It looks like he's at the aquarium and he saw a cool shark.
I ran into him at 8:10 a.m. He must have arrived on time.
Same goes for the killer. I doubt Wolfgang would stay in the boiler room for long if no one came to meet him. For that reason, we can assume Wolfgang was knocked unconscious soon after he arrived. But there's such a long period of time between him being knocked out and him being killed. Unless you want to tell me he and Diana were in an hour-long struggle, then I'm sure there's more to the mystery here.
Besides, look at our Tozu trinkets, guys. There's so many truth bullets we haven't gone through yet.
Shut the fuck up! What's wrong with you?
Oh, damn. Oh, no. Shut the fuck up! Oh, Grace. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. My lord, that was so good. The fucking middle finger and everything. Oh, based Grace, based Grace.
All of Diana's blubbering and crying is just a farce to make us think she's innocent.
Damon is just like, I cannot believe she just said that to me.
I wouldn't fall for a farce like that. My only concern is the evidence not adding up.
If you're still not convinced Diana is the killer, then let me show you something you overlooked.
Uh-oh.
I call it undeniable fucking proof!
Why didn't you bring this out before? Yo! Blackout, storage closets, suspicious note. Suspicious note. It's gotta be boiler room doorknob.
What Diana says. Not only is she the one person without an alibi, the blood from her wounds places her inside the exact same room where Wolfgang died. How could the killer be anyone but her?
Oh, your text didn't show up there, buddy.
Yo! If Diana lured Wolfgang downstairs, why would she take over an hour to kill him? It doesn't make sense. Not when there's a risk of someone else entering the boiler room.
What risk? Diana wouldn't have to worry about anyone walking in because
She could just lock it from the inside.
The fucking door. Boom.
Well,
Look at that. No intruders.
That was supposed to go there, but there's no. The text didn't show up.
Through the fucking door.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to step back and think this through.
What risk? Diana wouldn't have to worry about anyone walking in because she could just lock the fucking door.
I'll cut through those words.
Shut the fuck up!
My words being used against me.
The boiler room door can't be relied upon here. If Diana locked it, she would be trapping herself inside the boiler room.
What?
The doorknob has been flipped so that the keyhole faces inside, while the lock faces outside. Had you investigated the crime scene more closely, you might have realized this detail sooner.
Dumbass.
In any case, locking the door would lock everyone inside the room, not outside. If Diana was the killer, she'd be better off leaving the door open.
How the heck?
I agree. Grace's voice actress is great.
Sounds like something only a tradesperson could
I
do.
thought that said a trans person for a second. I was like, what the fuck did that come into the conversation, Kai?
Meh. You really think so? Swapping a doorknob is easy. Well, last time I did anything like it was a while ago, but...
Jet, it was you. It was actually Jet.
Everyone here knows knobs are screwable, right? If you get a screwdriver and know what you're doing, you can rotate the doorknob quick smart.
Yeah, last time I did one was like more than a day ago, that's for sure.
If you can swap a doorknob, then I guess anyone can.
Whoa.
Right on. Wait, are you saying that like it's a bad thing, or...
Is that why Diana remained in the boiler room after Wolfgang died? She had been locked inside?
What do you make of the footsteps then? If they were Diana's,
She was taking a shit.
it would imply she escaped the boiler room. How do you suppose she did that?
Diana's way of escaping the boiler room, huh? From the evidence in the boiler room, I'm fairly confident I can deduce a method. Yep, it was the piece of metal on the ground. Is that it? Nope. Did I go go past it? Oh, there it is.
This is it.
Lockpick
Near the room door, I discovered a thin piece of metal.
I discovered on my own without anyone else helping me.
At first glance, it didn't look important. But if you were to fold it in half, theoretically, it would look like a hairpin.
It was a giant hairpin now. It was like 1.5 feet long, but yeah.
She used the classic maneuver.
The classic maneuver, yep. The classic maneuver.
Picking a lock with a hairpin. It can be done. It just takes a bit of practice.
I mean, no. You can't. Not on its own. You need something else. Like, you can't just go, and then it just magically, like, like, you need something to twist it with.
Diana probably had this hairpin inside her makeup bag. So, she used it to fiddle with the lock until it eventually came undone.
Tozu looks like he's about to fucking grab my ear.
Which, judging by the timing of her footsteps, happened late into the blackout.
Messing with a lock in pitch blackness. Whew, now that would be impossible for me.
Ingrid, if you're going to interrupt this murder investigation, at least speak quick.
Right.
Like, don't. What do you mean, right? Don't encourage this behavior.
Through the Tozu trinket, undoing the lock would still be difficult. Way too difficult of a situation to deliberately put herself in.
In which case, that can only mean one thing.
I got it.
Oh, sorry, I zoned out.
Someone else must have locked the door. What? If we go off our current train of thought, the doorknob was rearranged so you could only lock it from the outside. It doesn't make sense for Diana to rearrange the lock, enter the room, and deliberately trap herself inside, which means someone else must have locked the door.
It does sound like Damon's like second impostering here because Diana's not defending herself at all.
I know this doesn't necessarily
She's like all of the wind has been taken out of her sails. Like she was waiting to be pushed into a corner so she could do some fucking Kamida laugh, but now it's gonna all the suspicion's gonna be thrown off to her and she's gonna have to wait until the next chapter until she's been sussed again.
Resolve this threat before we move on to voting.
Agreed. We could easily miss something important if we turn our noses away.
You, as someone who has no sense of smell, you are not allowed to fucking say that, okay? Do not appropriate noses from us, Wilhelm.
So, why did this mystery person close the door in the first place?
Cassidy, do you have any sprites that don't clip through the fucking altar? Through your podium?
What if they saw the scuffle between Wolfie and Diana and closed the door to protect themselves?
What if you posed a world that made sense instead?
Instead of seeking help or trying to stop the scuffle?
You say that like closing the door isn't exactly what you would do.
Mark, shut the fuck up, okay? Leave my boy alone.
What kind of asshole do you take me for?
A nice, bleached asshole with no hairs. That was between us, Damon!
Any chance they locked it to prevent Diana from escaping?
And somehow unscrewed the doorknob without drawing attention to themselves?
Didn't you hear him? He's talking about the door being locked, not the doorknob being unscrewed.
Unless two entirely different people just so happen to interfere with the boiler room at two entirely separate intervals. The one who locked the door is most likely the one who flipped it, yes?
Yes.
Then you should be wondering the same thing. How did they unscrew the doorknob without catching anyone's attention?
Look over there!
Doesn't sound possible.
Definitely didn't do it myself.
Not in the moment, it isn't. But what if the doorknob had been swapped beforehand?
Oh, fuck, it was actually Eva. No, it's just becoming more and more apparent that it was Eva. She did it when she first woke up.
Say this person knew Wolfgang and Diana were coming to the boiler room. They could have swapped the knob in advance, waited for Diana and Wolfgang to enter, and then closed and locked the door.
So the flipping of the doorknob was premeditated?
With what we currently know, I'd wager it's our safest assumption.
I want to see like other, like I'm just going ahead and assuming that fucking Ava did it because it really feels like she did. And I want to see how many other people also had her as their number one suspect going into this trial because I feel like it can't be that many.
At least until we hear Diana's side of the story.
Diana, since you were the last person with Wolfgang, your testimony could be our most valuable piece of evidence yet.
So if you have any maniacal laughs to do, get them out of the way now.
You need to tell me what happened. If not for me, or for you, then at the very least...
Oh, she was trying to kill Wolfgang, but she failed because he got electrocuted.
Do it for Wolfgang's sake.
Do it for the vine.
I'm...
Is this where it comes in?
I'm... sorry.
hallucination.
I'm a goofy goober.
I'm really I wanted to help. I wanted to make everything okay.
Why them eyes not swirly, girl?
But all I could do was be useless.
Welcome to the club. Like, you're in good company, so.
All I could do was watch him die. It's all my fault. All my fault. For doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, you both went to fix lights at the same time, and the imposter just like killed on top of you and managed to hit Wolfgang instead of you. It happens.
So is this a confession, or?
No!
Huh?
No.
I didn't kill Wolfgang. And I don't know who did.
But I tried to.
But I still failed him as a friend. I failed him then. And I failed him here. But if I told the truth, things would be worse than they already are. But now that I've said nothing...
Diana watched Wolfgang die? That's like murder cuckoldry.
It's okay, sweetheart. Come on now, take deep breaths.
Yeah, we'll believe you no matter what you say.
He moved up a tier on the tier list just for that comment. It's looking like Diana might actually be innocent. I was just joking. It's looking like that, but the nagging feeling in my chest, the naggy towing feeling in my chest still hasn't gone away. Damn it. What am I doing? Simping over a girl like this in the middle of a murder trial? Because of one girl, I've been doubting myself and jumping from one argument to another. If I can't piece together my own thoughts, how can I possibly piece together this case? I need to get a grip on myself. I need to keep sight of myself and the goal of this killer. Whatever's thrown at me next, I need to persevere. Spin, spin, spin. Because if I don't, if everyone else votes wrong, I won't leave this place alive. Intermission. Okay, guys, everyone have some lunch now. Have a snack. Save your game.
Murder hubbub left your head in a tizzy? Perhaps you need a short break. Something to lighten the mood and let you collect yourself.
Please give me a lap dance, Tozu. Please give me a lap dance, please.
Something like a nice cup of tea.
It's not quite what I was expecting.
Welcome, one and all, to the first episode of Tozu's Tea Time.
Okay.
If you
haven't really got much ass to twerk with.
Sit
No.
back and relax. Here, we do not use our brains, but deal only in gossip. Now, a question from me to you. What are sheep good at, if anything?
Jin.
Most humans, and some sheep, tend to respond with a resounding absolutely nothing. Sheep cannot create art or invent medicine. For goodness sake, they can't even perform music.
They can die first and have that be a surprise. So
Locomotion prevents them from reaching the heights of humans. They're practically glued to the lower echelons of the food chain. No matter how
they're good at
hard
subbing
they
for
try,
Grace.
they will never be anything more than their number tags. I can't say I like that answer. Too pessimistic for me. Plus, what of the sheep who still try? The sheep who realize their fate but continue to challenge it all the same.
Get to the fucking point, Tozu.
Determined to prove
This better not be like the boat story.
when humans have all but deemed them microwavable meals.
Who the fuck microwaves a sheep?
Isn't that something admirable? What a shame our sheep had to be so misguided. Hmm? Ah, it seems that's about all the time we have. Thank you again for attending Tozu's Tea Time.
You're not welcome. Like, I didn't ask to be here.
Extravagant farewells. I've an inkling you'll be back for tea sooner than you can say Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson.
Who's Jack Robinson? I have no idea. Ta-ta!
That was a complete waste of time, Tozu. That was a meaningless little fucking
Chance to defend yourself.
side note. Whoa, the Jesus Christ, this camera angle actually gonna make me feel a little bit nauseous. Not gonna lie.
Tell me what happened.
Where do I even start, though?
How about you begin by explaining why you went to the boiler room?
Why I went there? It was... 'cause of a note.
A note?
Oh, did he give it to you?
2 days ago, Someone slid one into my room. I never got to see who. I just heard a knock. And when I walked over, there was a note under my door.
I don't remember.
Ballsy of them to knock because you were just right there. I don't remember knocking. I mean...
Sorry. It was midday-ish, and you weren't there at the time. And I didn't show you the note later because, well, I'll just read you what it said.
Dear Diana, I love you. I'm your #1 fan. Diana, as you're aware, it is our obligation to speak with those whose blackmail we have obtained. After receiving your blackmail and reading the information disclosed in it, I believe a meeting between the two of us is warranted. In 2 days' time, please come to the underground boiler room at 8:45 a.m. Make sure to arrive promptly and close the door behind you. To avoid discourse, do not show anyone this letter. Do not approach me about it either. Even in private, there is always the chance someone can hear. Wolfgang.
Wolfie wrote this?
Wolfgang had Diana's blackmail? But didn't he have Jean's?
He didn't write that.
If you take a closer look, the handwriting.
Let me take a
on that
closer
note,
look.
Doesn't it resemble the handwriting on Wolfgang's note?
Yep.
You're actually right.
For a change.
Even though Wolfgang's note has been water damaged, the words I can make out were in the same messy scroll as Diana's here.
Then someone else was posing as Wolfgang?
I wonder who.
Killer, most likely. They must have thought his word was the only one Diana would follow.
Simp.
Guess it worked, huh?
So Diana's just like a normal person with a Hope's Peak crest. What the hell?
I didn't want to show this note earlier.
No, but you'd have brought a weapon and you fucking got stabbed. Like,
Scared of how people would try to twist it, like saying I faked
I'm gonna twist your head off.
or that I decided to kill because of it. I thought it would be better to just stay quiet. I know you guys think I'm
Grace
stupid
farts into the mic.
for agreeing to meet in a place like the boiler room. And I am stupid.
I'm stupid!
I just didn't want to disappoint Wolfgang in case he really did write the note.
Simp.
Which was why I left my room around 8:40 a.m. and went downstairs.
Are you out of breath or something? Why are you pausing?
Did you catch any strange movement down there?
Yes, Wolfgang was there and he moves around like a fucking stick bug.
No, it was just me. I did find the boiler room door hanging open a little bit, but I didn't think much of it. I just went inside and closed the door behind me, since that's what the note asked me to do.
What did you see inside the boiler room?
The boiler room was really dark, so the first thing I noticed was actually the security camera light. My eyes had to take a few seconds to adjust to everything else. But after that, I finally saw him.
God, standing there before me, wreathed in light. Oh, thank fuck I'm alive. I really thought I was dead. Oh, wait, this isn't a flashback, is it?
Wolfgang was lying in the water, making these weird noises.
Oh, Daddy, yes. Oh, Grace.
It didn't seem like he'd even notice me entering the room. Not until... Wolfgang? Hearing his name seemed to snap him out of his trance, because he slowly rose to his feet. Wolfgang, are you okay?
Are you okay? Oh my god. Wolfgang, are you okay?
It's you.
Huh?
I can't believe it. I really am finally meeting you.
What do you mean?
Please, forgive me. Please forgive me for what I've become.
Wolfgang?
Despite how hard I tried, how much
They're
I
siblings.
wanted to be true, I could never become you. I will always be a failure.
It's okay, Wolfgang. Look! There's stairs over here. Come over here and we can get out. I have no idea if he didn't hear me, or if he was just ignoring me. But, okay. I'll get closer to you then.
Human thing to say, yeah.
I went over to the ledge of the platform, the part where the fence had a gap. Just take my hand, okay? And I'll pull you out. He slowly stumbled over, and he held my hand. I didn't really think I could pull him out. I just wanted to be there for him. It was the best I could do, because I didn't want to enter the water. Staying on the platform felt so much safer, and I really, really hate that it did. It's okay, Wolfgang.
It is? You sure?
We'll get through this together, all right? I was looking at him when I said that. I was looking right at him. But somehow... somehow I didn't think to react. When he reached inside his blazer...
Bring her back. Bring her.
Sibling drama, crazy. So many sprites just for this one sequence. This is awesome. And they're so fucking expressive as well. Like, what the hell?
I tried to leave the room, but the door was locked. I didn't know what to do. I started looking around for things to defend myself with. And that's when I saw the gun.
What the hell? That was just there?
Taser gun? Did you use it?
I took the taser, and I aimed it at Wolfgang, and I...
CG. Nope.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't shoot him. I just backed away from him. I couldn't understand anything. Why was this happening to me? Why was I being attacked?
Can you imagine if he succeeded in killing her and he just comes upstairs looking like absolute shit and everyone's like, hey, Wolfgang, where were you? No, don't worry about me, guys. Oh, I'm so sick. Oh, my tummy.
Why can't I do anything to...
I'm not like you.
I'm Ahab, I swear.
I'll never be like you. I won't give up until the world knows. I won't give up until everyone knows me as...
All of a sudden, everything turned white. Everything in front of me. Except Wolfgang.
Bro, he's Mob Psycho.
In those few seconds, he became pitch black.
Whoa, what the hell? Till everyone knows me. Him, okay.
And then, so did everything else.
Wolfgang, you just shit in the water?
Even though I didn't see Wolfgang fall over, I heard it.
He pooped himself
His
immediately.
body cracking against the pavement, and his knife falling into the water. I waited for the gasp of pain, for him to groan or mumble or say something. But there was nothing. There was just me and the silence.
So Diana's not even evil? I thought she was gonna be evil.
That's how it happened.
What?
And you may be wondering how my life led up to this point.
What the fuck?
That man attacked you?
Oh my goodness, Diana, I'm at a loss for words.
This is getting too much for me, bros. I think I'm gonna faint.
This is like the PewDiePie commentary.
Holy shit. So Diana really did watch Wolfgang die.
Why was he so violent towards her? It's like he became an entirely different person.
Because she's his sister, and he resents her for that for some reason.
Crazy.
The word you're looking for is cuckoo loco. Despite how hard I tried, and how much I wanted it to be true, I could never become you. Why would Wolfgang say those words in that particular moment?
How'd you manage to escape the boiler room after all that? By picking the door's lock.
For real?
I wasn't even thinking. I just started feeling my way back to the door in the dark. And then, well, my supply bag. I remembered the spare hairpins I always kept inside. So I felt around the bag and dug one out.
Aren't the brushes in the like inside of your bag? Aren't they like constantly powdering your belly?
To be honest, I have
Something to think about.
how I managed to unlock
I'm asking the real questions.
The whole thing was repeated trial and error. Just minutes of me telling myself that somehow this next attempt will finally work.
Whoa! Actually unlocking the doors. That's like hitting a bullseye blindfolded.
Now we know why it took so long for her to escape.
I realized why it happened. Getting trapped inside, I mean. The door's lock was on the outside. So, someone must have set the lock before I came downstairs. So that when I closed the door, I'd be trapped.
The lock is normally on the inside too. The killer purposely flipped it, then left the door open so you would be the one to close it. As for why the killer locked the door to begin with...
It was to frame Diana, right?
Right. The killer made Diana trap herself
Smart.
inside the boiler room, so they could kill Wolfgang in front of her, and force her to remain by his body.
It was literally Among Us. They stabbed lights, closed the door to electrical, vented from calf into electrical, killed on top of Diana, and then vented back. And by they, I mean Eva, of course.
If that worked, Diana would only be able to escape if someone from outside entered the boiler room. By which point, that someone would be stumbling across what looks like a cut-and-dry murder case.
If the tournament folk found Diana, they would have been playing right into the killer's hands.
Speaking of which, Diana, I'm curious to know, did you unlock the door before or after the tournament attendees arrived downstairs?
It sort of happened at the same time. Like, when I opened the door, there were already people walking down the stairs. Obviously, I couldn't stay inside the boiler room. If anyone saw me close to Wolfgang's body, it would look really bad. The hallway was a bit easier to make out in the dark. So I walked over to a wall bordering one of the storage closets and hid behind it.
I can't believe she's normal.
And
I'm still just in shock by that.
as quiet as possible. I was still bleeding a little from Wolfgang's cut though, and some of that blood ended up dripping onto the floor around me.
It's the blood on the underground floor! It's all coming together!
This was shortly before us
Throwing you
during
into a
the
fucking
split up.
nuclear reactor, Cassidy.
And you made a run for it, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Down the hallway, up the stairs, and then as quietly as possible into my room. Since everything was still really dark, I had to patch myself using the Tozu trinket's protection as my light. I realize this is a lot, and I know it's hard to believe without proof. So, if you guys could just give me a second.
She like peels her mask off. It's actually me, Wolfgang. Reaching into her makeup bag, Diana pulled out a wipe and began scrubbing at her arm. Reveals all the scales underneath.
Cleared up the blood pretty fast.
Trigger warning, by the way.
Luckily for me,
Trigger warning, guys.
the cut wasn't that deep. There's still a chance it may leave a scar, though.
She did the laugh, guys. She did the Nagito laugh.
Holy crap!
Thanks, Kai.
That's awful. It's okay.
It's gone.
I'll cover it back
Gone,
up
guys.
again.
Why
Done
did
already.
Wolfgang attack you for no reason?
I wouldn't say it was for no reason.
It was pretty funny.
You're being kind of insensitive, man.
Cancelled, cancelled.
Huh?
Cancel culture has gone too fucking far.
What I'm trying to say is, Wolfgang's actions may look random from an outsider's perspective, but from his perspective, well, judging by his behavior, it seems like he saw something which shook him to his core.
Are you talking one of your fucking pirate ghost stories?
Something in the room that Diana didn't see?
Indeed, a ghost.
That's impossible. It was only me and Wolfgang in the boiler room.
No, that's wrong! It was Wolfgang and I in the boiler room.
I don't believe Jean meant it in a literal sense.
Wolfgang literally saw something?
He thought he saw something, is my point.
You mean he had been hallucinating?
Oh, he got spiked. LSD.
What did turn out the way Diana described?
You'd be surprised by the sort of things our minds can invent.
Ever hear of Lego? Shit's fucking crazy.
I'm lucky to have never experienced anything myself, but I know some who have hallucinated nasty things. Demons and monsters. Or the feeling of being tortured.
It was actually LSD.
Wolfgang went through something similar. I can see why he lashed out.
Now what the heck is going on at sea?
Language, Ingrid.
Of course, these hallucinations don't just happen out of the blue. More often than not, they're substance-induced.
Substance-induced?
Just say Wolfgang took a hallucinogenic.
Yeah, Mark was up there fucking popping like PCP, ecstasy, everything while he was behind his fucking yeah. He left a note. Nobody talk to me, guys. I'm gonna be off my fucking gourd on this shit.
Hallucinogenics?
One which induced a lot of fatigue, too, judging by the way he lumbered about in Diana's account.
It would explain why Wolfgang mostly stayed in one place.
One place, which happened to be in the water.
Seems very deliberate. Aye.
Led into the water by a foul siren, perhaps.
I reckon the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious in order to drag him into the water, but knew he would eventually wake up again.
They wanted to make it look like he pissed himself.
So they drugged him with something which would basically make him despondent. As for where the drug came from...
Look no further than Grace's uterus. What the fuck?!
Oh no! Don't tell me the killer robbed...
Have you ever heard that phrase, pussy got me wild in?
I knew exploring
it wasn't me!
It?
Holy shit, it was Grace.
It we're talking about.
The pharmacy, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Why the heck did we think leaving that place open was a good idea? Now someone's stolen an item and drugged Wolfgang. Fuck! I knew our promise was too good to be true! I can't trust any of you guys!
You can trust me, babe.
And don't say Wolfgang drugged himself! Who wants to be tortured by demons?
Well, stranger people do exist.
That's rich coming from you!
First time she's spoken in about 45 minutes, by the way. It's just as I predicted. Exploring the pharmacy ended up paving the way for murder. Should I have made more of an attempt to stop people from exploring? Back then, all I did was... It goes to him fucking jacking his shit in his room. With cautious yet determined expressions, the students entered the newly opened pharmacy. Giving everyone unrestricted access to medication sounded like a disaster in the making, but having already evoked the group's ire after speaking my mind before, I wasn't about to make the same mistake twice. I'll just stay quiet and let them do their thing. Then again, nobody would have listened to me. Especially not with Wolfgang in control.
If we know where the perpetrator got their chemicals, I guess our next step is figuring out how they did the drugging.
How they did the drugging.
Agreed.
Chemical smell, guys. Chemical smell. Bazinga.
And potentially even validate Diana's testimony.
I still can't believe Diana's normal.
Sounds like you guys can leave this one to me.
Is there no Kamida in this game? There has to be.
I'm the kind of person who knows someone back to front the moment
I guess Byakuya didn't show his true colors until fucking chapter 2, so.
I've gone and read this killer like an open book.
You're the last person I trust to reach a correct conclusion.
Just you wait! The second you hear what I gotta say, you'll be eating those words.
Pinning down how Wolfgang was drugged may validate Diana's testimony. The question is, how did the killer drug him? Give me chemical smell, please. I'll take chemical smell for 200. Odd smell. I'll take odd smell for 150.
I bet the killer took a pill and forced Wolfgang to swallow it.
Just jab him at that point.
How would the killer make him swallow a pill? There was no proof they restrained him.
Maybe that was their way of
Yeah,
restraining him.
yeah.
You can't force an unconscious person to swallow a pill.
What if it was a drug?
Base Kai? Base Kai? Base Kai? Is he about to put it out? No, never mind.
An inhalable substance?
Well, that's not a...
Like a powder or something.
The pharmacy does have a large collection of over-the-counter sedatives, but there's too many for us to isolate any specific one.
What? But... How did the killer drug Wolfgang? But, fucking, Eloise was right, but it was an orange text. So, what the hell? What the hell? Out of all the ideas being thrown around, only one has any real merit. Well, maybe it's that. I'm just gonna try this on Eloise. And hopefully I don't get a game over. Oh, is it powder? It's powder. It's powder. It's powder. It's powder. 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 I love it. We just cannot agree with Eloise under any circumstances. We have to just like dance around what she's saying. Like this is correct with odd smell.
Oh yeah, like a powder.
I'll try it on this. I don't know. No.
Super strong bath salts. Just how I like.
I'm sorry. Explains a lot.
Bath salts are messy business. There's very little chance we wouldn't see leftover minerals at the crime scene.
So were there leftover minerals?
Nope.
John, you're the one who brought this to my attention. Right. I would have found something when expecting the crime scene.
I bet the killer took it.
Gonna run out of fucking time again. Is it pill? 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 I mean, inhalable substance is correct. I'm gonna try the odd smell on inhalable substance, but like, I should be agreeing. It should be blue, I think. Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, like a
If Wolfgang inhaled something, there should have been traces of it in his nose or throat.
Right, I would have found something while expecting his body. I guess I'll try it on pill.
Now hold on.
Are you shitting on my face right now?
The boiler room roughly half an hour after Wolfgang got knocked out. A pill ain't gonna be fully digested in that small amount of time.
How did I not consider that? Nope, I mean, that's because it's not the answer. Probably part of it. I'm gonna die again. Oh! I got it, guys. I got it. No game over. Alpha Gamer has logged on.
Wolfgang's wounds were discussed earlier. It was mentioned he had a tiny red dot below the bruise on his neck.
Now, I thought this was from me kissing him, but upon closer inspection.
I thought this dot was a scab from a mole or pimple. But knowing Wolfgang was drugged, it's clear to see what it really is.
He also has perfect genes, so he would never have a mole or a pimple.
Considering the timeline of events, an injection would check out. If Wolfgang got drugged a little after 8:15 a.m., he was already feeling the effects when Diana arrived at 8:45 a.m. Then we're dealing with something which entered his bloodstream in under 30 minutes. Any normal pill would have taken, probably an hour to dissolve.
Whilst an injection would be much quicker. I see.
That's probably another reason why the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious. It would have been incredibly difficult to inject him if he was still moving around. Only when they had him right where they wanted. Dazed and unable to fight back, did they plunge the syringe into his neck.
With said syringe being
so much work.
Hallucinogenic.
But if this all happened a few minutes after 8:15 a.m., doesn't that make it impossible to pin a suspect?
What? Why is it impossible?
Because everybody's got an alibi for that time. I mean, Damien and I were in my dorm room, and the other party people...
We were partying, alright.
15 a.m. Yeah, I was already in the dining hall with Jet, Mark, and Eva.
Oh, so what happened in the 5 minutes between Eva leaving fucking Diana's room and getting to the hall,
I left Wolfgang's dorm right after the morning announcement and spent the rest of the hour with Jean.
When Nona and I were in our dorm room together.
And me and Eloise were already sitting down in the courtyard.
Toshiko was giving me the
Toshiko?
medication she grabbed from the pharmacy.
And, I stayed in my dorm room until 8:40 a.m.
You're so lucky I'm here because you're the most sus person ever.
No. If everyone can be accounted we really can't discern a suspect.
Well, if we pick someone at random, we have a 1 in 14 chance of getting it, right?
So
1 in 15?
we're back to square one?
Someone here must be lying.
And doesn't plan to stop.
What's screwing us over here? Is there a tiny part of this mystery we're getting wrong? I don't know where the word tiny came from. What could it be? We're overlooking something. It was ruled out as having no relation to the murder because the wires didn't touch the water. But the position of it, the fact it's destroyed, the timing of the blackout. One coincidence is easy to wave off, but when it's coincidence after coincidence after coincidence, there's something more going on. There's something more to the generator.
If everyone has an alibi for 8:15 a.m., is it possible the killer never actually attacked Wolfie at that time? But his little note said to come by at 8:15 a.m., didn't it?
His little note? Come on, he just died.
Ingrid, do you remember what you said when you stole Desmond's taser?
To be honest, I'm drawing a blank.
You suggested we switch subjects and discuss Wolfgang's injuries instead, which we did. As a result, we ended up unraveling more about the case than if we had stuck to the original topic. Right now, we're at a dead end. If we can't get any more...
He's like a primary school teacher.
Then that's a sign to switch our focus.
Switch our focus to what?
Wolfgang's abs. They were fucking crazy, right, guys?
Take another look at Diana's testimony.
Mine?
Back when you were describing Wolfgang's death, something stuck out to me.
You were in the same room as him, in the dark, but you couldn't keep your hands off of him? Or you could keep your hands off of him? I won't give up until everyone knows me as Nagita! All of a sudden, everything turned white. Everything in front of me except Wolfgang! So there was something behind him that went... In those few seconds, he became pitch black. Aside from his eyes, apparently.
And then so did everything else. Aww.
The flash of white Diana described must have been the generator exploding, with the darkness afterwards being the blackout. Think about the order of events there. In just a few seconds, the boiler room's generator explodes, and Wolfgang falls over dead.
I can't believe no one has sus Damon, by the way. I thought that was going to be the whole thing, was me defending myself.
Sound like the two are correlated.
Oi, didn't we go over this already?
We did. The generator has nothing to do with Wolfgang's death. Its wires weren't touching the water.
Eva.
Indeed. Which is why the murder weapon is the taser gun.
Diana said she never used the taser, though.
She's lying!
What?
Don't you go, I'm going to fucking pin you to a washing line and just leave you at the dry.
That's not true! I never fired the gun!
It's all good. I believe you.
All right. Pack it up, boys. Desmond believes her. Therefore, she must be innocent. Look at him. He's so sexy.
Sure. Nobody can dispute the gun was fired. What can be disputed, though, is when it got fired. I wouldn't be surprised if the killer fired that gun way in advance. Like, sometime before Wolfgang arrived downstairs and left it in the boiler room for us to find later.
What? So the taser gun isn't the murder weapon?
If Wolfgang wasn't killed with the taser gun or the generator, what other options are we left with?
Was there something attached to Wolfgang so that when he got out of the water, it, like, cut off a circuit or something and exploded? I don't know.
The taser gun is the only option which makes
like
sense.
the wire.
The murder weapon can't be anything else.
Yeah, it definitely can't be anything else. You covered it up so perfectly. We're never going to solve it, Eva. The true murder weapon. Is it possible there's a third source of electricity we haven't considered yet? Am I grasping at straws by thinking about something like that?
And anyway, the only proof Diana never shot the taser is her own word.
Huh?
Ava, what do you mean?
All the evidence supporting your version of events is circumstantial. The note you showed us? That could be a fake alibi you made for yourself. The fact that it has the same handwriting as Wolfgang's is already suspicious.
Couldn't that just mean the same person tricked them?
If you earnestly
thought that said the F word for a second.
didn't write it, then maybe. But do you see what I'm saying? There's no proof Diana never wrote the notes. There's only her word to go by. Because if she did write them, everything about her entering the boiler room at 8:45 a.m. and being locked inside could be a total lie.
I get what you're saying. But if we run with the idea that Diana was the one waiting for Wolfgang all the way back at 8:15 a.m., then we're stuck with the issue we had last time. Why did Diana wait over an hour to kill him?
That's also circumstantial. None of us know what really went on between those two in an hour. Ruling someone out because they took a long time to murder is stupid.
Without context?
Oh, it's so her. I'm sad. I really don't want it to be her, but it's obviously her.
Anyone can enter. If Diana knocked Wolfgang out, then she took over an hour to kill him with that info in mind.
Okay, but who would enter? No one wants to make a detour down some gross, freaky-looking basement. The boiler room is probably the most covert place a person can be.
Freaky looking basement.
The most covert place? Her words do make sense. After all, I chose to meet Tozu in the boiler room for that very same reason.
Diana claims she didn't write the notes, and she claims she didn't shoot the gun. But where's the hard proof she didn't do any of these things?
The answer lies in what destroyed the generator.
I also love how Eva talks. She's a very good voice actress.
Talk about that?
All you guys did was discuss theories, never anything concrete. Settling for a theory isn't good enough when our lives are on the line.
What are you, fucking Matt Pat?
Diana's involvement in the case. We can't rule out the generators.
Yeah, I don't know why people are so quick to rule out the generator. It literally exploded, guys. Like, it blew up. Like, it went... You all heard it blow up. Explosions notoriously dangerous.
So, we have to figure out what destroyed the generator? What should we do? Just throw out ideas?
It's what we've been doing this whole time.
Oakley dokley. All right, everyone. Let's put our thinking hats on. If we work together, we'll unravel this mystery for sure. Ready? On your marks, get set, go!
Scrum debate. Oh, Jesus. All smell Wolfgang's hand. Storage closets. Shrapnel. Taser gun. Generator.
Why did the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
Odd smell?
So, a coincidence?
Is this the best situation?
I'm gonna reread Odd smell real quick. Odd combination of cereal and alcohol. Jean believes the smell is the result of a chemical reaction. Shrapnel. Chunks of unidentified material are floating in the water near the generator.
To be waving stuff off as a coincidence?
Did the killer throw something at the generator that made it explode?
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun? The electrical discharge it released might have connected with the generator and created an overabundance of energy, which caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Probably. There's no proof anything besides the taser was involved.
Stop.
In that case, the generator blew up after Wolfie got shot with the taser.
Such a dastardly taser, leaving so many victims in its wake.
No, I'm long past the point of falling for this surface level diversion. In reality, the truth is floating just within reach. Let's Alvin and the Chipmunks our way through this one, guys. Come on, keep her going. I love how speeding up makes fucking Kai's forehead massive. Freaky little man.
There's no proof anything besides the taser was
Excuse me?
That's not significant enough proof.
Damn it, I'm approaching this from the wrong angle. Guess we're fucked then. Storage closets, shrapnel. Shrapnel? Shrapnel, shrapnel, shrapnel. Keep her going. It's gotta be this then, right? Probably.
No proof anything besides the taser
Yeah.
was involved.
No, that's wrong!
Like, Eva actually shatters into a million pieces. Holy fuck, Damon!
Unfortunately, Ava, I have to disagree. You say nothing but the taser could have been involved in the murder. But there's one possibility you didn't consider. The shrapnel in the water.
You mean those bits of red metal which were floating around?
Okay, it was red metal. It was the only thing that made me suspect Jet was that it looked like his one of his outfits.
Right. The ones that look like the aftermath of an explosion due to their proximity to the generator. It's safe to assume the two are connected.
Can't that just be debris left by the generator?
Except this debris is a completely different color. and lacks the rust the generator has accumulated. We're obviously looking at the remnants of something else, which means an object we haven't yet identified was caught in the explosion.
And floating near it was another out-of-place item. My cock. Just kidding, guys. It was an extension cord.
In the water was also an extension cord, half of which had been burnt away.
Huh? Did the cord get caught in the explosion?
So it was plugged in upstairs and led through the vent.
Seems that cord has the misfortune of floating around the wrong
I think I do think Ava used her DS to fucking trigger like the nuclear launch codes or whatever.
Investigation.
It was jailbroken.
The building's extension cord supply seems to be kept inside storage closet D. So in a way, yeah, it was definitely in the wrong place.
Storage closet D, huh? It was hard to make out much of it in the dark. And after the power came on, Kai came screaming for us to leave our closets. But I do recall seeing some extension cords peeking out from behind the shelf.
Since we already know the killer raided one storage closet, anyone else willing to bet they raided this one too?
The hell did they need an extension cord for?
Probably something involving the generator. Given its proximity to
Probs?
Same thing with
Pirates
the
don't say
red
probs.
ones, even though we don't know what they are.
Right, the red shrapnel. Tozu's still like that, by the way. I think he's actually asleep. It definitely isn't debris left by the generator, so what exactly is it? So far, nothing in the boiler room can be directly tied to this shrapnel. At least, not in any of the clues that have been already discussed in this trial. If I were to flip my thinking and consider the clues we haven't discussed yet, there's no proof what I have in mind is related to the shrapnel, but when all other options are ruled out, I can only turn towards the one that hasn't. The only thing the mysterious shrapnel might be related to. Fuck me, dude, I don't know. Hot smell?
This is it.
Yeah, okay. That's literally it.
Hold that thought. We may be able to identify the shrapnel using context clues. During the
I've played Danganronpa before. We can meta this, guys.
Smell permeating the boiler room. It took me a moment to notice. But when I did,
I love this is the second piece of evidence that someone else pointed out to Damon, but he's taken all the credit for.
Well, the best way to describe the scent would be if you mix cereal and alcohol together.
Something I came up with myself.
Cereal and alcohol? Talk about specific.
Talk about an awesome night!
Tis a sign a chemical reaction was at play.
He's pissed off that I stole his thunder, but he's too polite to say anything.
You recognize the smell?
Chemical
Sailor's
reactions
breakfast.
can produce some pretty pungent odors. Usually something to the tune of alcohol mixed with cereal, or fruits, or eggs.
You make a good disciple, Jean. You learned well from me.
I noticed the smell going into the investigation, but it had completely slipped my mind until now.
Could it be a chemical reaction was caused by the taser?
The gun never touched the water. There's no reason for it to be the source of the smell.
What about the generator?
Considering the state of it, that generator would smell more burnt than anything else.
If the chemical reaction can't be explained by what we already know, like the generator or the taser gun, we need to consider the possibility that the explanation is the one piece of evidence still evading us, the shrapnel.
Can someone translate this into less complicated talk?
English, please?
It was just a long-winded way of saying he's using process of elimination.
I know it sounds like a stretch, but if you follow this line of reasoning, a lot more questions start getting answered. Think about it. If the smell and shrapnel are linked, then whatever object the shrapnel belongs to must contain chemicals.
So we're looking for a metal object, which is also packed with chemicals?
Surely something like that would be kept inside the pharmacy.
Looking at my notes.
Metal object. Packed with chemicals. Oh, I can't think of anything. Like I think of a Bunsen burner or something, but that would have left that much fucking metal shrapnel. Like a jerry can or something?
When I originally visited the pharmacy, I recorded everything I saw.
You're very useful, Ulysses. I hope you don't get murdered because we need you.
Object would have definitely caught my eye, but I don't see one written here.
I got lots of metallic objects in the dorm room, but nothing chemical. Just big old slabs of metal.
Bright red metallic object could have been Wolfgang's like shorts packer from Bad Dragon. Big old slabs of metal. Why does that sound so fucking stupid? This backwoods hick keeps fucking interrupting this trial. Hold on, that's right! What Ingrid said just now is similar to what she said the night everyone began bunking together. I guess this would explain my room too. It's littered with all sorts of fancy tools and metals. At the time, people were talking about their dorm rooms being themed around their talents. Could it be? Could the shrapnel actually be the remnants of the unique device that guy boasted about having in his room? Oh my god. Jet? If it actually is Jet, I'm going to be kind of really happy, to be honest, that it's not Eva, but there's no way it's not fucking Eva. It's to put you on the spot. Come here, Jetson. Car battery.
It has to be.
Yeah, it was a car battery. That was the chemicals.
Jet, I need to ask you something.
What's up?
Can you tell me what's inside your dorm room?
Like, a full-on list?
Whatever works.
He hasn't burped in so long. Pisses me off.
Sure thing. I've got a pretty gnarly collection of parts and accessories. Blind spot mirrors, lithium batteries, wheels, spare brakes, you name it. Oh, I even have the legendary mantle from the 1984's Grand Prix winning speedster.
Why did you get cool stuff? Everyone else got like fucking shitty AliExpress stuff.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
You got the piston cup, is that correct?
So, why'd you want to know? Unless... Wait, I'm not being suspected, am I? No. Don't try to roll me into this, bro. I've got nothing to do with the murder.
He's sweating through his helmet. That's how you know he's innocent.
If you have an alibi, the only reason I ask is because that mysterious red shrapnel may be the remnants of one of your lithium batteries.
It was connected to him.
I see. A lithium battery might explain the smell in the air.
They're filled with cereal and alcohol.
And lithium, that's an explosive substance. If it made contact with water, gosh, you'd be left with a mess and a half.
Wouldn't someone have heard an explosion, though?
I did.
Really?
At first, I thought I went boom boom in my diaper, but upon further inspection...
Oi, that's right. There was a boom.
I thought it was the Costco guys, but...
I remember hearing it too.
Why did you say it like Dora the Explorer guy?
I assumed the generator made the noise somehow.
Did you hear the boom, boys and girls?
All batteries contain an explosive substance.
Hey, Jet, were your batteries bright red at all?
Maybe?
You don't know for sure?
I never took the batteries out of their packaging. The packaging isn't red, I can tell you that, but the actual batteries? Yeah, I got nothing.
So it can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Pretty much.
Well, what's the reaction time of a lithium battery?
The reaction time?
Kai, why did you butt in as if like there's even this fucking slimmest chance of you knowing the answer?
When a lithium battery hits the water, how long does it take to combust? I think once we know that, we can decide whether or not the battery is relevant to the case.
A lithium battery would be an almost instantaneous reaction, I'm pretty sure.
Lithium isn't a metal I've worked with, but it got beat into my head never to mix it with substances it doesn't like.
So it was like tied to him or something and he yanked it down when he got out?
All that electricity, the battery would have let out when it hit the water. It must have went straight into poor Wolfie.
There's warning labels on the battery for a reason.
Okay, if the reaction is instantaneous, then the battery would have entered the water only seconds before the generator exploded. That's really weird.
Is it?
According to Diana's testimony, when the explosion happened, she was still holding the taser gun. In which case, who threw the battery into the water?
Pointing at my screen? I mean, no one threw it into the water. Wolfgang pulled it into the water on accident because you tied it to him or some shit.
We can rule out Wolfgang, since the Blackens can only be a student who kills another student. And Diana.
You can't rule him out. You can rule him out as being the one who killed himself, sure, but he the one like who, you know, set the mechanisms of his death into motion.
It was only Diana
after it was set up by someone else.
So unless Diana herself was the one to throw the battery, then the battery can't play a part in the murder.
It's crazy how obvious it is. Even how obviously it's even. The shrapnel and generator are too close for comfort. They must be correlated. I'll admit that Diana throwing the battery is a possibility, but that's all it is. A possibility. There may still be another way for the battery to enter the water, and until I've ruled that out, I won't settle for a culprit just yet. Whee! Yahoo! Spin around in circles, yay!